Willfully put yourself in a situation like this is a little crazy.
You've got to make it just to the next day. Oh my God.
Trying to stay positive, stay resilient.
It's always just you versus yourself.
I'm excited for the opportunity to test myself in a way that I never have before.
My heart is still pumping out of my chest.
Well, time to go.
Not really knowing where you're going, it can take a toll on you.
I'm just thinking of the possibilities of where I'll end up, and that's pretty scary.
Josh, a former college wrestler from Montana, has been dropped into the Andes Mountains of Patagonia, Argentina, a place that claims the lives of climbers and adventurers every year. With temperatures dropping as low as 20 below zero, frostbite and hypothermia can set in within 2 hours. It's also home to mountain lions, which are fiercely territorial.
Maybe my adrenaline's going a little too much for me to feel frightened right now, but this is one of the most badass things I've ever done in my life, but also one of the most crazy things, so it's gonna be for a good time. I feel much better now that I'm off the top of the mountain, and I think I'm gonna set up my shelter somewhere in this vicinity. Have a lot of wood here, and it sounds like I'm close to the water. I'm gonna make best with this right here tonight.
Each participant in the wheel was given the same survival gear that must last them all 60 days through all 6 ecozones. It includes shelter materials, winter clothing, fishing gear, tools, cooking supplies, fire starting materials, and an emergency pack, including 3 days worth of food rations. And if they reach their breaking point, they have an SOS beacon they can use to summon an extraction team and be taken away from the wheel. Until then, they will be documented by a small camera crew that's not allowed to interact with them, except in an extreme emergency.
Ah, damn it. I'm just making my masterpiece here.
Luke, a plumber from Minnesota, has just been left in the Patao rainforest of the Brazilian Amazon, one of the deadliest environments on Earth. This dense ecozone suffers torrential downpours, with humidity regularly topping 90%. It has an abundance of poisonous plants that contain strychnine and curare. It's also home to deadly poison dart frogs, green anacondas, and piranhas.
Oh, wow. Obviously, because of the rain, the shelter was the first thing on my mind. I was born in Minnesota, so I spent quite a bit of time outdoors. This type of environment is very different. It's gonna be rough. Wow, this is nuts. Oh man, I'm glad for this tarp. It's gonna be a long 60 days.
Lindsay, a fitness model from California, has been left in the Pantanal wetlands in western Brazil, which undergoes one of the most vicious yearly cycles of any ecozone on the planet. From 80% submerged in the rainy season, it is dried out to scattered, scarce lagoons, with temperatures topping 100 degrees, forcing predators like jaguars and caimans to fight for precious resources.
Apparently this is where I will be staying. Gotta find this water, or I'm gonna die. How I get to it without getting eaten in the process is another question.
Kat, a mother and nurse from North Carolina, has been taken to Chilo Island in Chile. With harsh, rocky beaches and dense forested swamplands, this ecozone's main predator is the weather, which changes constantly. Its rainy season is particularly brutal, with flash floods and freezing night temperatures that can lead to hypothermia.
So I just got dropped off, and I already see my dinner. How is that? Seaweed salad all day long. Maybe here. I'm gonna try to start a fire. First attempt at fire. Dear fire gods, please help me. Be with me and my sparks. It's wet as out here.
Sean, a former Marine from Indiana, has been sent to the Gran Chaco Bush Plains in northern Argentina, a virtual hell on Earth. These desolate, dry lowlands can reach scorching temperatures of 120 degrees, which can cause deadly dehydration. Not much survives here, making food sources scarce.
All I care about right now is just the thirst and water. And I'm taking frequent breaks to try to listen for any type of flowing water. As of right now, haven't had any luck. I'm heading off in the direction where I see more vegetation that looks like it's getting more green.
Adam, an ultra-marathon runner from Illinois, has been sent to the Patagonian tundra of Argentina. This high desert landscape has sparse vegetation, much of which is poisonous to humans, including mushrooms like Amanita muscaria.
I'm gonna go look for some food. It's gonna be tough. This place is really barren.
All 6 participants have now been inserted into the wheel. On ensuing nights that feature a full moon, and on nights that feature a half moon, the participants will all be extracted from their zones, their camps wiped clean, and they'll be abandoned in the next zone. The first turn of the wheel will happen under the upcoming full moon at the end of day 8.
Let me tell you, this water stinks. Just want to use my bandana to filter out some of the big stuff. I know I can't drink that, so I'm gonna have to boil it, which means I gotta get a fire going. I've been a fashion model since the age of 13. Ton of well water. I race a lot in triathlon and in marathons. I'm one tough model for sure. People's attitude towards models is that you're just a pretty face. They don't really think that you have any sort of toughness, but that's where they're wrong about me. My father is ex-military, but he's also a doomsday prepper. I think the water's finally boiling. Let's hope it doesn't make me sick. Oh my gosh. I just heard the scariest noise I've ever heard in my life.
I want to catch a fish for dinner because I'm hungry. I spotted a honey hole earlier. A hole like that is when you know you can catch a fish every time. I might be able to catch 15 in about 20 minutes. Nope. Come on. No. Nope. I can't get this net to work. Oh, boy.
The most common game fish here is trout, which are typically caught via fly fishing instead of with a net.
Now, this is gonna seem as stupid as it comes. I'm just gonna try it, just because I'm frustrated. If I hit one, it might die and come to the surface. Gosh. I'm getting frustrated because I'm hungry.
I've just about had it with my hair. It's really hot. I think the only logical thing for me to do would be cut it. Here goes nothing. So this isn't the easiest decision because being a model, it's kind of my source of income, but it is way too hot out here. Whew! That honestly feels really good.
I can't start a fire. It's been so difficult with how wet it's been. Wet. Not losing my patience yet, but I've had fire 5 times now, but it keeps putting itself out. And this island is way too cold to be without fire.
Each participant was allowed to bring a few non-survival items, such as a journal or an inspirational keepsake, to help them get through the wheel.
I have my son's favorite little stuffed animal. It took a lot of negotiation, but he said he would give me Cutie Bunny. It was a big deal. Got to dissect the bunny. Desperate times, Bunny. I'm sorry. This has to work. Come on, baby. Sizzle. You're kidding me. Raining. Why?
This is day 3. Man, I'm starving my ass off. I know there's something around here to eat. I have a plan to walk along the shoreline and see what I can find as far as vegetation.
Grew up in a bad area in Indianapolis. Growing up, bullying was a regular occurrence. I'm 5'4" on a good day. When I graduated high school, I made the decision to join the United States Marine Corps. I have the Iraqi Campaign Medal. I had the privilege of Presidential Guard duty, working around President Bush, something that I'm very proud of. What I'm trying to accomplish with the wheel is to show myself once again that I can do something that may be seen as impossible or extremely difficult that I shouldn't be able to do.
I don't know what these are. Crack these open. There's some type of bean inside. So I'm just gonna collect a bunch of these and take them back. I took a chance, took a risk, and I don't think this is good. just a little bit worried. Can't risk eating anything else again, because it's probably gonna come up.
I'm gonna try the fishing net today. Not really familiar with how it works, but I'd love to catch more than one fish at a time. Oh, no! Guess I'm swimming. That'll wake you up. Woo. Bad throw. That was better. And we have a lot of fish. So I got fish. He's still squirming. Just another little fish. But I'm gonna eat him anyway. And this fish is actually really good. It's a really oily fish. I'm glad because it will help coat my lips. I've been dying without chapstick.
It's day 4 and I'm starving. I haven't eaten since I got here. I wanted to kind of survey the area a little bit and see what else I could find. I mean, who knows when the wheel's gonna turn? Where are all the berries hiding? I am from Minooka, Illinois. I tend to run 2 or 3 marathons in a year, and then I'll run a couple of ultra marathons. I'm doing the wheel because one of my best friends, Mark Smith, was diagnosed with stage 4 brain cancer in May. I was fortunate enough to stand in his wedding. He stood in my wedding. Mark is fighting for his life, and I want to encourage him by taking on a fight of my own.
Buenos dias. I finally gotten over being sick, and I've been trying to get some real food in me. I really need some energy, but I definitely don't want to dip into my food rations yet. It's gonna last 60 days, and it's only day 5.
Still frustrated that I'm not catching any damn fish.
I feel like I'm really just when it comes to fishing.
Oh man, I miss candy. And cranberry juice. And watermelon juice. Ice cream sounds so good right now. Some strawberry ice cream sounds really good with real bits of strawberry. Seedless purple grapes. Chicken salad sandwich. Think about I'm gonna tear some dance floors up when I get back home because it's been a while. You know, you want to get your 1, 2, 1, 2. Once you get to the simple diddy bop to the 1, 2, you can put a slide in there, slide to the left. Now this is how you can switch it up. You get your variance, then you go, give her that pop, 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 pop.
We'll call that a Patagonia shower. I feel so good now. The water's freezing, but felt like I got new life in me. Sun's coming out, and I'm gonna go catch some fish. I only have line, and I don't have a spin rod or the luxury of a fly rod. So I have my fishing pole here, my fishing line. So what I'm gonna do is just wrap this around and tie a few granny knots in it. Right over here, these are the nice little honey holes. Let's see if I can catch a fish. I'm stoked. Huh. They don't look too interested. Not even looking at it. I mean, literally just went right past them. They don't care. There's dozens of fish there. One of the most frustrating things that you can do as a fisherman is to go fishing, see the fish, and not have them bite. Eat it. Damn.
All right, it's morning, day 6. I haven't eaten anything in days. I have to have food. I'm gonna head out and check the traps. Hopefully some of those pan out better than this fishing has so far. We'll see. Well, the tree's still bent down. Nothing there. I guess I'll go check the fish traps. Dear God, please put the dumb fish in my net. Looks like my whole trap kind of sunk. I think I'll just have to drag it out. Nothing so far. No animals in the traps. Well, another disappointing day. Morning. No food. I'm really getting hungry. I know where I can get something to eat, and I'm not looking forward to it. Oh, and there we go. 2 of them. Gooey, ewy, cream-filled larva. Ugh. I volunteered for this. I still don't know if I'm ready to do this. I'm gonna definitely have to bite the bullet and pop these in their mouth and eat them. It's best not to look at it. Close your eyes, that helps. Just think you're, you know, in the movie theater and you're gonna have some popcorn and just pop it in. Kind of like really, really runny eggs. It's grainy. That's pretty rough. I'm pretty hungry right now. That one was so much worse than the first. That's not good at all.
That does not sound good. I'm really hoping this doesn't mean there's a huge storm coming tonight. Since I've been here, I've never seen the water come up this high. You may be saying, why the hell are you staying? Because what if the wheel turns tonight? If I say, screw it, I'm done, and then I find out later that I just had to wait 8 more hours, I will be so pissed at myself.
It's the end of day. What is that? Oh, it's a bat. A bat just landed on my tent. Might have something to eat tonight. I don't know if I'm allowed to eat bats. I saw this movie called Contagion once where this bat, like, I get on something and then all these people got contagious and like started wiping people out. I know that they do have tons of diseases. I'm not trying to get rabies or scabies. If you do cook it, depending on what bat it is, you gotta have that mug like extra super well done. I'm just worried it'll make me sick.
I guess I just should have stayed in my tarp all day and not gone outside, so I didn't get all wet. My pants aren't drying and I'm freezing, so I'm gonna take them off and get in my sleeping bag. I am so cold. I want to go on and I don't want to like leave. I would hate to give up and find out the wheel is about to turn and get me off of this island. But I know what my limits are, and I can't think of anything that I can do to get me warm without going out there and getting all wet all over again. So I am going to, unfortunately, tap out. So I'm pushing the button. My bed. Little things. You have these gifts that have been given to you, and you should appreciate them. Looking back on this, someday I'll tell my kids not to be afraid of a challenge and to seek out adventure, because it's only going to do you good in the end.
The island became the first ecozone in the wheel to wear someone down to their breaking point. With Kat's departure, there are 5 participants left. What they don't know is they're set to rotate ecozones tonight, under the full moon at the end of day 8. The phases of this celestial timekeeper dictate when the wheel turns. On nights that feature a full moon and on nights that feature a half moon, the participants will have to pack their remaining supplies and rotate to the next zone, which will have been wiped clean.
I had some food-related dreams last night. It's funny because for someone who keeps saying that the hunger is not affecting me too much, you know, I'm dreaming about food and thinking about it all the time. I'm thinking today I'm probably going to dip into the food rations that I have. If I catch fish, then I might hold off. But if I don't, then it's looking like I'm gonna dip in a little bit. And even if I just have a little bit of that, I think that will go a long way.
Unfortunately, I did not catch any fish today, so I think it's time to dip into the food bag.
All right. Now for the moment I've all been waiting for. Ooh. Okay, so we got cashews, almonds, and pistachios in here. I have to eat this stuff one piece at a time, otherwise I'm gonna wanna go just crazy with it. But what's funny is that if I was eating this back home, I'd be just taking globs and throwing it in my mouth. Mmm. Oh, man. That's really good. Smoked almonds. Thank you very much. Oh, very satisfying. My stomach doesn't know what's happening right now.
So what I think I'm gonna do now, start a fire. I'm gonna go ahead and get my necessary equipment. I'm looking for my flint and striker. If it's not in any of the pockets, then I have dropped it somewhere. I love how I have every item except for that. Potentially the most important item I do not have. I guess it could potentially be anywhere if I had put it in my pocket. I know I didn't though. Just means I'm not gonna eat tonight. I don't wanna give up just yet. Striking it here, exactly right here. Pardon my French, but thank you so much, universe, for this right here.
Really exciting knowing that I'm going to the next phase of the wheel. Even though I was able to survive here, I haven't eaten very much in the last 8+ days. I'm just hungry. That's all it comes down to.
You could have really picked a better time. One zone down. Maybe there'll be food at the next one. The rainforest kicked my butt for most of the week, but I really started to figure some things out. Of course, now I have to leave it. So here we go again.
The 5 participants are now headed to their new eco-zones. They don't know where they're going or how long they'll be there. They will be kept in isolation during transit, and nothing will be added to their supply kits.
I'm ready to take on today with a full head of steam. Between locations, you're hungry, you're tired, and you gotta do it all over again what you just built. Not used to this. Hot weather. Nice change of pace. Almost down. Water. This is good.
It's important to find the right spot for making camp. You want to set up camp once and be done instead of wasting time and having to move later.
All the dead wood around here is great for building. And it worked. Sometimes you just gotta use your caveman brain and think of how they did it without many tools. I saw that happen. Lovely, right? Nice little mouse on the top of my head. That was stupid. I was trying to take some shortcuts. I was being lazy, and that's what happens, is you get smashed right in the face. I could have split my eye open, and that would have definitely ended my time on the wheel right now. That was a wake-up call.
It's time to get this started. For now, I don't gotta worry about the sun cooking down me. It's not hot. Now I gotta worry about staying warm and staying dry. So right now, I'm further down from the mountain, hoping to catch some fish later on. Chances of wild edibles are looking slim, so looks like I have to perfect my fishing game.
The sun is getting very low. I need to get to my location here quick. Otherwise, I'm gonna have no daylight at all. Done pretty well. Got a place hacked out. Got a mosquito net hung. Lots of dry firewood. Okay, I'm gonna go get some water. No, hopefully there's no alligators waiting here. There's an alligator there. And he's still there. Whoa. And he didn't swim away. That means he's still there. Ah, well.
Yeah, lots of materials around. I think I like this. I found a shelter from the wind, which is good. I just had to quickly set up shop and get started for the night. So best shelter is the quickest one you can find when it's getting dark, is the motto I just made up right now.
Coming in on the bumpy ride, it was pretty intimidating just because it was so dark. And okay, so I'm in my new location. I'm just feeling really exhausted and weak. I haven't really eaten all day. I'm literally just gonna cocoon myself with my sleeping bag and throw the tarp over me. I have no idea what predators might be out here. I have no way to find out right now. I just have to hunker down, try and sleep, and hope I'm alive in the morning. I'm gonna go try and find water and then assess where I want to make camp. Come on, water, where are you? My ears are clogged, which happens when I get really dehydrated. Can't hear. Starting to see spots, all that good stuff. I'm at another dead end. It is so blazing hot out here. I mean, this is just crazy. Where is the water? Still nothing. I think I've been looking for water close to 4 hours now. I don't know how long I can go without water, but not very long exhausting my body like this. Oh my gosh. Finally made it here. I searched for 5 hours for water. So this is a moving body of water, not moving extremely fast. Don't have anything to boil in, but it's either drink this or die.
I'm day 2 in Pontanel. It's the largest wetlands in the world. I'm definitely in a little bit worse shape than I was when I left the Amazon. If I were to handle this location on its own without having already been in the Amazon, I think it'd be a lot easier. Right here is where I surprised the caiman last night. Boy, it's just bubbling with fish. Wow, look at that activity out there. Ooh, that's a nibble. Come on, take it. Oh, really far out there. There we go. Oh, not quite. Whoa, that one really sounded big.
The barking sound Luke just heard is how caimans mark their territory and warn outsiders to back off.
Great, he's coming over towards me now. Whoa, I'm definitely gonna need more than one meal this week. Even the simple things around here are exciting sometimes. Gee whiz. The caiman in the pond here are really aggressive. They definitely are the ones that rule the water. And they've tried to scare me off twice now. So I decided that if they're gonna stand between me and food, then they're gonna become my food. He's too fast. Maybe I can get one of these smaller ones with my machete. Cool. There's some meat on this guy. So I have fresh meat. I'm gonna be able to eat something. So that's huge. Awesome. It's so excited. Gonna skin this thing out, cook it up, and have some breakfast. It was quite the adrenaline rush. There's definitely a thrill and a unique aspect to spearing a caiman. So that was definitely something that I am able to check off a list. Let me try a little bit of this here and see. Wouldn't you know it? Tastes like fish. I just heard a really frightening sound. I think it's a jaguar. That is not what I wanted to hear right now. I ran into one of those caiman my first night. Now I'm hearing these jaguars prowling around, and I'm laying here totally exposed. I'm gonna keep this fire stoked. Hopefully that'll kind of keep them at bay. I'm definitely keeping this machete close by. That's really my only form of protection. I don't know how much more I'm gonna be able to sleep tonight. It's pretty scary here.
Sun's way too bright. I'm still really hungry. Haven't been able to catch any fish in these mountains yet, so I'm gonna go out and see what else I can find out here.
I'm feeling not too good.
I haven't had a real meal since I started, which is 11 days ago. I'm hearing some croaking coming from the bush over there. I know this may sound a little bit crazy, but I'll just eat anything right about now. This might be dinner for me tonight.
Hell no, you ain't going nowhere. Come on over here, boy. Man, we quick. I think I'm gonna name him Edgar. Gonna have to see what I can make of some toad legs. This is where my soft side starts coming out again. I feel a little sad because I hear them making little toad noises, like they know what's about to happen. Bunch of frog juice guts on me. I like animals, but I didn't come out here to be nice and cute and cuddly with animals. Guess it's my dinner and lunch. Start cooking these bad boys up. Here we go. Pretty hungry. Let's see how they taste. Tastes like burnt chicken. Like some parts of it are just disgusting. This is almost giving me a flashback to those beans I ate in first stage. I think this might have just ruined my appetite. Ugh.
I was very glad I got that meal, but it's like a big tease. It's like the wheel offers you a little bit of hope, then just takes it away. I knew this was gonna be tough for me, and it was gonna be hard. If you only take challenges that you think you can accomplish, I think you're cutting yourself short.
Woke up just miserable. I had terrible sleep, getting eaten by some sort of bug. I think maybe it's this little tick. And it just bit me all over my legs, from my ankles all the way up through my leg, all the way up to the side on both sides. They itch like you wouldn't believe. Got everything strewn out, like a yard sale back here. You can see all my stuff spread out in the sun. Try to drive those ticks out. The ultraviolet rays bother them, I guess, so they hide under the leaves and things. My plan now is go take a bath, cool down. I'm gonna head towards the pond and go swim with the caiman.
As the dry season rapidly drains the lagoons and the wetlands, the caimans naturally become more aggressive in response to the dwindling food supply.
Oh boy. Roll around like an alligator. Oh, here she comes. I think that's enough bath time for today. Oh, I don't want to leave that water though. So I decided to name this caiman Helga. For some reason, it just reminded me of a Helga. No offense to anybody named Helga. There's Helga.
It's been raining a lot since I got to the island a few days ago, but things have finally started to dry out a bit here. So today we have a lot of exploring to do, probably searching around for some food. In the tundra, my estimation is that I lost around 15 pounds, so looking forward to putting some of that weight back on. This experience has been more stressful on my body than any other experience in my life. Oh my goodness. I just found a crab. God is good, my friends. For a guy who hasn't eaten in a while, this looks extraordinary. And there it is. That'll be my next meal. This was an incredibly fortunate find. I was beginning to think that the wheel was pretty much unbeatable. I mean, it's been almost 2 weeks and this is my first decent meal. So I've definitely come up short so far. But even in spite of all of that, I would do anything to share this meal with Mark right now. The emotions are riding high out here. I miss you, and I wish you could be here.
build myself a strong raised platform. I could end up being here for a long time. So I took a hike to look for some different types of wood. In the distance, I could see these trees were a lot taller. And so I headed over this way, and there's actually some straight wood here. I need to get off the ground so these bugs don't keep getting me. They also keep me away from snakes. If somebody had told me a year ago that I'd be hunting caiman with a sharp, pointy stick, I would have thought they were crazy. But life isn't always what you expect. When I found out that I had thyroid cancer, it really turned things upside down. But you never give up. You take one day at a time.
It's almost enough. Actually, not bad.
These are pictures of my boys. Such little stinkers. They all have such strong personalities. And whenever I look at these pictures, it makes me wonder, why would he ever leave? Daddy's supposed to be home.
So this is my third day of trying to conserve energy. I still have the majority of my rations, but I can't keep operating at such a deficit. At least maintaining a camp has been pretty easy. It's been warm and dry enough here that I don't really need a shelter, and I don't want to spend the energy building one either. So a big reason of why I'm out here is my grandfather. We had this amazing, special bond. My Papa is what I called him. He was just everything to me. I know he's still with me. I know he's here kind of helping me through this, so.
I'm going to set off to catch some fish, attempt to try to get some food. I'm not having much success, but I'm going to try one more spot because I see fish, but they keep sort of moving. I don't know what that is. That's like a huge rabbit or hare. Oh man, that's a big boy. I have no idea why this is here. Looks like injured flesh on the back of his leg. That's big, isn't it? We'll have to cut into it, I guess. This is what I think I might do. Cut it open, see if I see any type of parasites or worms, and then go from there. Glad I got these gloves out my first aid kit. You gotta be safe. I don't know what this thing has. It may have some disease. I don't want none of this stuff to splatter me in my face, because then I might go It looks good, right? I'm just trying to make sure I can cook all this in one night. I don't want any of it to really go to waste. So I'm gonna try to put this deeper. I'm using some stones to try to help cook this, especially since it's a big hunk of meat. First taste test. Oh man. Oh yeah. This is my first real meal since I've started this challenge. Maybe I'll finally be able to take a dump. It's been a few weeks since I've been able even to take one. I might regret this tomorrow, but right now, I don't even care.
Oh, why the heck did I not make a shelter? Man, this sucks. It's been pouring raining since about 1:30 this morning. I thought it was only gonna be a little shower, and then it just kept going. Hours of just nonstop thunder and lightning storms. It's making me nervous. Don't really have an option, so I'm gonna build a shelter and just make it as warm and compact as possible. I'm just holding on as long as I possibly can. Oh my God, it's the beacon. Thank God. I'm grateful when I heard the beacon going off. I'm ready to get out of here. This is the moment I've been counting on for the last 4 days. I feel great knowing that I make it through the second zone of the wheel. Glad that I'm out of here and ready to start the third phase of this.
It's been cold right now. I can't hardly feel my hands. It feels good knowing that I'm headed on to phase 3. I would like to go somewhere where there's tons of fruit coming off of trees and a bunch of just lazy, like guinea pig type animals that are slow that I can just easily catch.
The 5 participants are now en route to their new ecozones. None of them know where they're going or how long they'll be there. But the answer lies in the sky above, if they can make the connection. On nights that feature a full moon, and on nights that feature a half moon, the participants will have to pack their remaining supplies and rotate to the next zone, which will have been wiped clean. This new phase of the wheel will last twice as long as either of the first 2 phases.
I'm on a boat headed towards the Amazon. Got an epic morning ahead of us. The rainforest is one of those places where pretty much everything can kill you. The fish, the frogs, the jungle cats, poisonous plants, whatever it is, it's very intimidating to be here.
Welcome to the Amazon. Nice clear openings over here. Yeah, I think I'm gonna start building over here.
Kind of just piecemealing this together as I go. Timber!
When you get dropped off in a new location, it's sort of a rush to see what's around you, to try to hurry up and find where you think you might want to set up camp. Obviously find a water source. There it is, water. I don't know how I feel about this environment yet. It's nice to have a flowing river here, but it still looks like food is going to be hard to come by.
I'm somewhere on the coast, not exactly sure where I'm going, but it looks like a little bit more tropical. It still feels a little chilly for me. My health hasn't been so great, and I've depleted almost all of my rations. So hopefully this zone will have some good resources. I've left the sea and I am landbound. Looks like this place is teeming with food, teeming with life. Would you look at that, already a crab, huh? This looks like a great spot to camp. I like how wide open it is. It gives me some space. Once I get this tarp set up, and get my shelter ready to rock and roll today, get a fire going tonight, and tomorrow have my goals set on finding fresh water, getting food, and I'm gonna be in the green. I could make it here. I could go 60 days.
Just gotta get off this mountain. Whoa, this is dry land. Tomorrow will be a big day. I'm gonna do some fishing in that river, collect some firewood, and build myself a permanent shelter. I learned that lesson the hard way. But tonight, I just gotta get this tarp hung up for some cover before the sun goes down. And that's pretty much it for tonight, I guess. Hopefully it doesn't snow or get too cold tonight.
We're on the way. As you can tell, my voice is getting worse. Got a sore throat when I left the wetlands, and I'm getting kind of concerned about this. It's not good. Arriving at night sucks. Everything's so dark. You don't have time to set up a bed off the ground. Yeah, I'm sick. I don't feel good, especially when I'm already borderline dehydrated. This has to go. I need it to work. If something doesn't change in the next couple days, I'm gonna have to make a hard choice here.
getting here in the dark last night was difficult. In every other location so far, I've been able to find my permanent camp or within a couple hundred feet the first night. This is very different this time. And then I'm sick, I don't feel good.
Starting to get pretty weak and tired, and I'm still dragging.
Trying to find water. I heard quite a few birds over this way.
I'm feeling dehydrated already, and being sick is when you need extra fluids, not less. So I'm in a dangerous situation.
And the trees kind of stopped there, so maybe there's a river over there? I don't know. To find a better way over there. Right here, it's just too thick. Way too thick here. Oh, this is promising. There we go. Oh, I guess that's not what I was looking for. So that's wide open clearing. Well, so much for that river. Gotta be a river here somewhere. Oh, there we go. Thank you, Lord.
Oh, wow. Caimans again. Huge ones. These things came after me in the last zone. If they do that here, as weak as I am, I'm in some real trouble.
Oh my gosh, I survived my first night. It got pretty cold there toward the end, but I guess it was because sunrise was about to happen. This wheel is throwing just a whole new set of challenges in this zone. I don't like the cold, so this one's gonna be rough. This shelter's gonna require a lot of work. First, make my bed on the ground. Make sure I'm not on dirt. It's too cold, even when you're tired. Still important to work hard and give it your best. Back in the modeling world, no one would expect me to put myself in this situation. There's this perception of weakness in the modeling industry, and that's just kind of why I personally want to conquer the wheel, you know? I just want to show that toughness comes in all shapes and sizes.
So here they are. They're not moving yet. I don't know if you can see that, the shadows of them. They're good size. I think I want to start with my line first. I did a lot of fishing the first two zones, but I hardly caught anything. I got a nab of a few of these bad boys. That was garbage.
While there are some trout here, low temperatures and a dearth of insects have left them lethargic and hiding on the river bottom. So far, none of the participants who have come to the tundra have caught a single fish.
So I said, forget it, let's go to the net. Went to the net. It's always a problem somewhere. Garbage, gross. Felt like I wanted to punch some fish in the face. Can't get that close to it to do it though. To hell with it. I am hard on myself, but an L is an L. Nobody likes going home with the L. This is no joke, I'm losing weight. I haven't went to the restroom since stage 1. I guess I'm doing not great, but not here to cry and complain. You know what, if I'm having trouble catching food, let me see how much weight I can lose. Dude, I'm keeping a 6-pack, I got to. You know how long it's been since I've had a 6-pack? Man, I'm so proud of this. Took a lot of days of going hungry, not catching food out here to get this. I may be dying, but at least I look good doing this.
But hunger is priority 1 right now, so probably do a little fishing. Oh man, I feel so weak. I'm still feeling sick. My body, it aches. If I don't get food, I might be done here. Whoa. We're gonna have breakfast this morning. I need a bigger frying pan. I'm gonna bring everything over and flame over here. Oh. Oh, hey. No, you ain't getting away. You're my breakfast. Oh, no. Come on. No. No. Shoot. That was dumb. I realized that there was water right there you could get into. A bad way to start the morning. Whoa. There's Cayman right there. He's a big guy. He's got to be getting close to 8 feet long. I don't know if I want to mess with something that big. I got a small one in the wetlands with my machete. Here, they're much bigger, and they seem a lot more dangerous. But there's no fish in sight, and I just might not have any other choice but to take one of these Cayman on. Wow, I'm not anywhere near him, yet he's already taken off. These guys sure are smart. In the Pontinal, they had all the weeds to hide in. Here, they are much more leery and won't let me get anywhere close. I'm hungry, though. I'm gonna have to think of something. Nabbing one of these big guys would be worth it. The question really is, how do I do it without losing a body part?
I've been out here searching for water, and the dehydration has taken a toll on me. This is tough, man. I have searched for water. It just isn't working.
The back's starting to spasm, more than my back hurting, more than being thirsty, more than being hungry. I miss home. Before I came out here, I was asked, what am I really gonna miss? And I said a hot shower and some music. I never said family. It's been about 6 years since I've been to my dad's birthday. It's been about 9. Since I've been to my mom's. And it just kind of goes to show you how sucked into my own hole I've become. I started this voyage to go 60 days so I can feel a sense of accomplishment again, to see if I still have it inside. And it's made me realize what's most important. And what's most important is family, and it's time for me to get home to see some family. Today my journey is gonna end on the wheel. And you can look at this as a big failure, but I'm gonna view it as the biggest win of my life. It's time to go home and see my family and tell them that I love them and how grateful I am for them. It's time to be there for them when they need me the most. I feel reborn, a completely new person. I'll never take another day for granted.
For the second time, the island is the ecozone that prompts a tap out. With Josh heading home, there are only 4 participants left, with 40 days still to go. Who will be next to exit the wheel?
I'm gonna try to come up with an alternative. Try to MacGyver something, a makeshift harpoon. Try something different, see what I can put together. Got some rubber or silicone type of tubing. Tie the tubing somewhere around these 2 pieces, pull back, and then release. I'm gonna try to find a longer, straighter piece. I'm not used to building my own weapons at all, but I gotta try something different. I'm gonna test it out on these bushes. Okay. GB. Catching just one fish would mean a lot to me. This is my companion here. Me and her, we got work to do. We will catch something. I've all seen the movie Castaway, the part where he has the volleyball, Wilson or whatever. I totally understand how that could happen to somebody where you just need some type of friend just to keep yourself sane because you're alone. Ghetto blaster, gotta do this for me. Damn, strike one. But I'm proud of the hope that she's brought me, and I'm hopeful that I can get some food and accomplish something with Ghetto Blaster. You can hardly see jack. It's hard to tell what's a rock, what's a ripple, what's a fish. Looks like another L. I'm obviously prepared to go another day without food. Bill's character, right? I'm not gonna blame it on her. Water's not clear, probably my aim. GB's doing all she can do right now. I'm the one that put it together. We're not doing too good right now, that's all. Still love her though. She's a good friend.
My biggest struggle in all 3 zones has been feeling satiated.
So this is day 7 in this location, and the first 2 zones were only about 7 or 8 days each. So there's a chance that the wheel could turn any minute now if the past is any indication of what's gonna happen in the future. But I can't wait any longer for food, so I'm just gonna leave the net out and hope it pays off before I'm pulled out of here.
Pretty messy, but I think we'll just see what happens.
Anyway, nothing to do now but go sit by myself and camp and just wait.
What in the world is that? There's something in this tree branch over here, right there. That's an animal. Oh man, it's a sloth. Wow, look at that guy. I'm going to attempt to bend down this branch and bring this sloth down by me so I can say a proper hello to him. He's been my fishing buddy for the last 45 minutes and I didn't even know he was there. Oh, I don't want to make you fall. Look at this. Sloth selfie. Look at this sloth selfie. Hey, smile for the camera. Hey, he's so soft. Just a furry, gentle creature. Wow, this is next level awesome. He's going right into the camera.
I know there's probably some people thinking, hey, there's lunch, but there's absolutely no way I could ever dream of eating this guy.
Well, I've had some cool animal sightings in my time on the wheel, and this blows those out of the water. I saw some amazing dolphins and sea otters on the island, but I'm staring a sloth in the face right now. My head is touching a sloth butt. This is the kind of stuff that'll make me forget that I'm hungrier than I've ever been in my life.
Man, that was a total boost for someone feeling as isolated as I was. I had so much fun playing with another living creature. I absolutely could not have needed that more right now.
I've been looking at these caiman over here. They're starting to look kind of delicious, but they're really big. I got one in the last zone, but here they see me coming a long ways away and they just take off. So I'm gonna have to try something different. I'm gonna get the longest stick I can find and see if I can make one of those catch poles out of it. Need something that will both provide a little weight and stiffness, but also sink. And this tin foil is gonna do just that. It's gonna keep things spread out. And that's what I want. Almost looks like we know what we're doing. Oh, come on. He must have heard me. Those little guys, they'll just run away. Ooh, there's a pretty big one over there. But I'm hungry. I'm very hungry. He's just taunting me. I think I can do it. He keeps moving. Trying to get a look at me. Come on, where'd you go? He already got into the water, you coward. What a chicken. But he's smart. I would have eaten him. I was worried about actually fighting with a caiman. You know, I mean, these things are killers. They take down very large prey, but they also know what they're doing. They pick their battles. They're not going to come at me when I'm ready. They'll steer clear unless they know they have an advantage.
How close am I to running out of food? I feel like I'm close. This is no joke out here. Yeah, I have food reserves, but I'm losing weight. When my journey is done here, I'm not leaving the same weight that I weighed when I got here. I'm gonna be a damn beanpole before too long. Every new location I go to, I'm a little bit scared. I have a little bit of fear. It's the unknown. Majority of everybody, I don't care how cool, how tough you say you are. Somebody tells you you're going somewhere you have no idea. You'll be nervous. Ah, man, I miss my friends. Especially every time I get to a new spot, I really start missing them. Especially Marines. Like military members, they go through crazy hard stuff, especially if they go through Afghanistan or Iraq. And then some of them come back into society and they can't handle it. Like, I've had friends commit suicide who have died. I hate talking about it, but just when you have people that you consider brothers who have gotten their limbs blown off over some I'm a very blessed individual. Proud that I'm here, and I know I can stop at any moment. They didn't have that luxury of quitting, going back home to their sons or daughters. And some guys that I serve with, they'll never be able to see another day, ever. And I'm still here. That's why I can't quit. It just wouldn't be right to them. It just wouldn't be fair.
Back home, when I'm hungry, I usually stop working. Here, when you're hungry, work harder. I fished for 2.5 hours and nothing. They're just coming up goose eggs here. Ow! 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 Son of a gun! Gee, something just got me. Wow, something just reached up and bit me. Must have been a piranha. What a little bugger. Really aggressive. Drew blood. There's 2 good holes right here on the end of my finger, and like 4 right here on the end, on the top. So it was sizable. I was able to clamp from here all the way up to here and chomp on me pretty good. I really don't want to put any other sensitive appendages in the water there. The other day, I was sitting down in the water with my underwear off, toes dangling out in front and other things floating around, and wow, so far, nothing has tried to eat me in any other zone. I think it's time to go somewhere else.
I had several bugs crawling on and around me. I woke up with some beetles inside my sleeping bag, getting bit by mosquitoes.
Those mosquitoes haven't really been out much prior to now. And now they're getting hot and heavy, especially because I didn't start a fire. Keep them away. So let's get on that. Yeah, just in case some jaguars roll up to camp and want to start something, I'm gonna be like, yo, check the fire. I know you don't like that.
You know, fires are hard to make and maintain out here. And honestly, that might be the only thing keeping me alive.
I know these fish are right here. I'm looking right at them, and it's just pissing me off because I feel like they're laughing at me. I need to try something new, so I'm gonna try to get some live bait to entice these fish. The other day when I was walking around, I saw some snails below the water. I may be able to use that as bait. I don't know where in the hell they went. They were just here yesterday.
I'm just starting to get frustrated because I haven't caught anything, coming up empty-handed.
Hey, what is that? I just saw something moving on the riverbed and I saw it crawl up. Yeah, buddy. Caught me some type of crustacean or shellfish in here. Don't start pinching. Yeah, there you go. It's not much, but I'm boiling something, I'll tell you that much. Man, I hope it tastes somewhat okay. The wheel has been throwing me through loops as far as food goes. Those damn beans almost wiped me out in the bush plains. Those little ass toad legs in the mountains almost felt useless, not to mention they were nasty. But I'll eat this little guy no matter how bad it tastes. I need to put food in my stomach, and that's what matters. All right, that's enough. Oh, he's red. Please be good. Yep, taking these little meat out these claws. And man, I took my time like it was a big lobster. I was cracking any little legs I could to get any meat out. That tastes like a little salty taste in there. Yep, crack every single one of these legs. I'm trying to get every little bit of meat I can out this thing, and it doesn't even add up to a mouthful. My body feels like it's shutting down.
Leaving camp, got the fire behind me. Let's go take a look and see the net that I set.
The other day, I moved my fishing net out a little further into the river because I wasn't catching anything, so I wanted to put it into deeper waters, but now I'm kind of regretting that a little bit.
Piranha are naturally attracted to movement in the water, which could signal an eating opportunity. They're also capable of smelling a single drop of blood in 200 liters of water.
Feels like things are brushing past my legs. Almost there.
There's a fish moving in there right now.
Look at the size of this. Woo!
Yes! Fish number 1 on the wheel. Discounting shellfish, my first actual fish. And I can see more fish. Woo! This is a big, big morning, dude. Oh! I've decided to dedicate every successful fishing net experience to somebody specific in my life. So given that I brought in 5 fish today, I'm going to dedicate all 5 of those fish to my great friend, Mark Smith. Mark, I hope that this gives you the big strength and energy and fight that you need to get strong today, and hopefully today is a really big day for you. So this fish goes to you, my friend. Here is the cooked version of the Mark Smith Strong fish of the day. The eyes are actually really good.
Fish eyes are rich in DHA, a rare fatty acid that benefits brain function.
5 fish to start the day. I don't know if it's humanly possible that I could be happier right now. I think I've reached the maximum potential of happiness for one person in one day with this right here.
So I think you have to live on rations here. I don't think there's any other option. Hopefully I'll be out of here in a really short amount of time to where I can go forage or hunt or something. I'm going to ration out the minimum amount of food I can survive on now. And it's not even a meal. It's like 200 calories. I guess I'll cook up this first portion. Oh no! Oh, that sucks. Oh my gosh. The food wasn't hard enough to find. Now I gotta dig it out of ashes. Things you do for food when you don't have any. I'm gonna have to still eat it. Dirt and ashes and all. Every piece of rice counts.
Let's see which fish are awake this morning. Whoa, we're gonna have breakfast this morning. Look at the size of this thing. There's a lot of meat on that guy. There we go. Yesterday I had a lot of fish. Today I've had close to just about as much. I mean, I pretty much got this place figured out. I don't think I've shown the camera the pictures yet. Here's a picture of my family. My wife, Amy, and my boys. I miss those guys a lot. And here's my wife. Amy was the prettiest girl I knew. First girl I ever dated. I knew I was gonna marry her right away. You know, looking at these pictures, you'd think, oh, they'd give you encouragement, you know, to go on. But when I have a button in my pocket that'll take me home whenever I want, that's tough.
So there was no midnight wake-up call from the wheel turning last night. I think I'm gonna put my net back out, but a little closer to the shore this time. There's no need to risk more than I have to right now. Oh no, did my fire go out?
Well, I went down to the river for 15 minutes. It was on fire when I left. Hopefully it's not out. It's still smoking and smoldering.
Okay, looks like I'm catching an ember here. There we go. The fire's now out officially. It's pouring rain. Had some unfortunate timing.
So one thing about the Amazon and the rainforest and this zone in general is that it is completely unpredictable, which adds a new element of obstacles to overcome and challenges to face.
You want to get comfortable, but you just can't. It'll kick your butt.
I kind of realized I have more needs than just the basic four of shelter, water, fire, and food. I needed to have a purpose here. I needed to have some things I can look forward to as far as projects. So I gathered some material for a chair. I'm gonna try to build like a wicker chair. I found some wood here that may be bendable. And you know, a chair might not seem like much, but this is really huge for my psyche. Being out here is like solitary confinement, and that can really drive a person crazy. I start to think about my family and the different reasons why I'd want to quit. But if you have things to keep your mind engaged and occupied, you can survive the time here so much better. It's definitely softer. I can tell you right now, it's not going to be the prettiest chair. That's pretty ugly. They're flat like this, they might be a little more comfortable. Initial sitting test. Whoa. Needs more bracing here, it wants to go sideways. The wheel hits you from every angle out here. You have the physical, the mental, the emotional, and the only way to really deal with this is to embrace the difficulty. It's enough playing around with this today. I think I'll leave the rest to work on tomorrow.
day 30 about to begin, the wheel has reached its halfway point. 2 participants have already dropped out, with Kat succumbing to the island's ferocious weather, and Josh feeling the draw of family. The remaining 4 continue to battle malnutrition, fatigue, and the mental strain of isolation. Can any make it to day 60 of the wheel?
I'm so screwed. It's day 30 now. I was really counting on the wheel turning before this morning, and it didn't. The only thing I've got is plenty of water. So I guess I'm just gonna try and stay hydrated. Hey, look! There's a frog right here. I don't know, maybe I can eat it? Got it. He's staring at me like, please don't eat me. If you can see him. I've never killed a frog before, so I feel really bad. So let me just stab it in the head and feel terrible about myself later. Sorry, buddy. And that should have done it. There we go, come on. Oh, the frog is still moving. What is with him? Oh gosh, look at him. Oh no, oh gosh, oh my gosh. I can't watch that. Oh my gosh, oh my gosh. Ah! Okay, all right, I just gotta woman up and do this thing. Oh gosh. It shouldn't take long. I know that they're usually skinned, but I don't think I really have that option. You can see they're tiny. They're like less than the size of my pinky. Little toes. See, everyone says that frog legs taste like chicken. It tastes like fish to me. The meat on these frogs are just non-existent. I'm starving and those frogs are not gonna cut it. It's like a cruel joke. Here's a meal that will make you even weaker. The wheel can be really nasty.
Just constantly tired. My stomach's been feeling like worse this morning, so I don't know, later I'm gonna see if I can use the restroom, because sometimes I feel a little, maybe a little dizzy or lightheaded, like I might tip over or fall or something, but either way, it's not looking too good for me with everything adding up. I don't know what the rest of the day holds. I don't know what tomorrow holds.
With concerns mounting about Sean's deteriorating health, a medical team is dispatched to come evaluate his condition.
Low blood pressure, low blood sugar, rapid heart rate, and my lack of bowel movement.
Sean's lack of bowel movements could be from an impacted colon or an intestinal obstruction, which could lead to tissue damage, infection, and even death.
Pain?
No. A little.
A little. This?
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
We are worried about you not going to the bathroom because it can bring consequences. You can have an infection, or this is a muscle, and if you don't work it, it can just atrophy it, you know?
I agree with everything you're saying. But if you're thinking I should quit, I'm just not ready to do that.
It's no good.
Okay. All right. So, we gotta take you out. You're in kind of a real danger zone, so we gotta take you out.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Dangerous.
All right.
Okay.
Sean must be taken to a medical facility immediately. He's too weak to exit the tundra on his own, so a team is brought in to carry him to safety.
After everything that I've been through, it's really hard on me knowing that I will not be able to see this challenge to the end. Being a Marine, it's hard for me to say I'm done. And I couldn't imagine myself tapping out. It's just very difficult for me to do. The biggest thing I've learned is that regardless of all the hard times I've been through, I'm only human.
My experience was bittersweet. I don't care if it was day 59. I didn't accomplish what I came to do, and it's still gonna be hard on myself for a while. I'm blessed that I had the opportunity. If for whatever reason the wheel wanted to fight me again, I wouldn't shy away from it.
So I slept as well as you can in the mountains when it's below freezing. I wake up about 5 every day and just lay there because it's so cold. At least a degree warmer over here. And hopefully the clouds continue to move out. My sleeping bag says it's for extreme weather, but it isn't cutting it. I think the rain in the bush plains might have ruined it. Because I'm wearing so many layers and have a hut that's extremely warm, and it still doesn't cut it. That warms up, I warm up. I haven't been able to catch any fish here. I was counting on the wheel turning by day 30 and trying to live off my tiny amounts of rations until then, hoping the next zone has better resources. The wheel hasn't turned yet, and my rations are pretty much gone. I've been getting skinnier and weaker by the day. It's got me thinking, why am I out here? So I made the decision today that I'm not trying to prove how tough I am. I'm just trying to prove how a little bit of compassion can go a long way, and to really feel compassion to where I don't forget it once I go home. So the goal here is to just carry on my grandfather's legacy and, you know, see how far it takes me. This isn't like an endurance race anymore to me. This is like a, I guess more like a mission.
Mirror, mirror in my hand, who's the smelliest in all the Amazonian land? This guy. Well, the net isn't looking exactly how I had set it. Let's see what we got. Oh, baby, we got a fish. Woo! Food. This is a nice fish.
Adam has caught a silver arowana fish. While it is consumed locally, it's commonly used as an aquarium fish in other parts of the world.
Thank you for catching me, Adam. No problem, fish.
I've been having some trouble starting fires here in the rainforest, so
I decided to grab some different fire starting materials last night that I hadn't used before. It's kind of a drier stick-like material that's found up in some of the trees. All right. What? A fish and an instant fire? Holy smokes. Praise the Lord. This is absolutely incredible. I can barely think straight right now, out of pure excitement. This is incredible. Feeling extra Smith strong this morning. Love you, Mark. Thinking about my friend Mark and his family. They're going to wake up with a fish in their net and start their fire. And for them, I hope that means beating cancer. Life throws you curveballs, and you don't always know what you're gonna get, but you can always control how you react and how positive you are. And I can't help but think about how that applies out here and how it applies to, you know, everything going on back home.
Wow, that's a feast. Thank you, Lord. I changed my technique for throwing the net, and now I'm actually getting a nice big spread and getting it out a little further, so I think I'm finally kind of getting the hang of that. There you go. These guys are really good tasting. Look at that, another one. I've been able to eat twice a day. That's remarkable. I have caught more fish than easily the last 5 or 6 years of my life. Catching fish is great, but it's still a grind being here. I'm still fighting a mental game here. I really need to keep busy. I've already made some chairs.
Whoa.
So I've come up with this project. I'm gonna make the boys a fishing video. Boys, no, you pay attention. Daddy's about to give you some filleting lessons from South America. This is really nice. Cut them along the side first. Or just ride your knife along the edge of the backbone. Just fillet it right off of the tail. Watch out, these guys have these sharp spines right there. They'll get you. There you go. I really want to see this through to day 60, but you know, every time I think about my family, it really raises the question of, do I really want to keep doing this?
Whenever the beacon goes off, my heart rate instantly goes to like 160. And it just gets everything pumping real quick, and I realize, oh, it's time to get everything together and head out of here.
I know, beacon, I'm hurrying, I know.
I have no idea where I'll be taken next or what I'm going to be facing, and that's both scary and exciting.
That sounds getting less annoying and more pleasurable. I've been expecting it for about a week, so I was kind of semi-awake, just fighting with the cold weather. Oh my gosh. Hypothermia with my body, you know, being so frail as it is right now would knock me out in seconds. This environment was completely difficult and wore me down the most just because of the lack of food.
The physical and mental toll of the wheel has eliminated half of the participants. With 29 days still to go, Luke, Adam, and Lindsay prepare to enter the 4th phase of the wheel, which will last until the full moon in 7 days.
This is really awesome. Look at where I am. I do not like heights. This is pretty freaky. Not a whole lot of food up here. All right, time to head down. Let's do this thing. So, I made it down the mountain safely. I still have a little bit of daylight left. Nice, rushing river. I'm thirsty, and this I've been looking forward to.
Although mountain stream water is cleaner than lowland water due to less exposure, it could still harbor dangerous protozoa like Giardia and Cryptosporidium, which can cause acute intestinal distress.
Oh, getting through tonight's gonna be a little rough, I have a feeling. That could really be a difficult one.
This landscape is just really bizarre. I don't even know what I would call it. Lots of dead shrubbery. It looks like a lot of hay type of stuff. So I could possibly use that to keep warm, which would be much better than anything I had in the last location. Found the water. So there's this rock that I see that I kind of want to make camp behind because it seems to be out of the wind quite a bit. All right, I'm going to tie down my tarp while this is firing. Let's do some things I'm grateful for today. I'm grateful for making it out of one zone into the next. I'm grateful really for this fire. First 2 zones fire gave me so many problems, so to have it cooperating at this point is such a blessing. I'm grateful that I've got stones to put in my bed. It gets really cold here. Okay. And we'll make it as comfortable as we can make it.
The sun is starting to set right now, so we're losing daylight. It's gonna be dark here soon. Right now, I'm trying to just find the fastest place I can to set up shop, but I don't have time to explore right now because it's getting too dark and I have no lights.
Gonna try to string a tarp up real quick, mosquito net, lay down my sleeping bag, and then go from there. Much like in the Amazon, in the wetlands, bedtime is early. I think I'm set up for the night. I'm gonna pop underneath the net and in my sleeping bag so I don't get bit up anymore, and I'll catch you on the flip side. What the heck is making that noise? This place is intimidating. Not sure what's out here, and I certainly hope I don't find out tonight. This morning I woke up for my first full day in the wetlands. Yesterday I couldn't really see what I was doing, so I set the tarp on the ground, popped in there, and went to bed for the night. All right, let's begin exploring. So now I'm gonna go look for a spot to set up shelter. I know there's a pond behind me, so I'm gonna look at that. This is really close to where I camped. If I had walked over here last night, I may have walked directly into the water and not even known it.
Oh wow, there's a caiman. I haven't had to deal with one of those yet.
Looks like I found a decoration for wherever I set my camp up.
If caimans can take down huge animals like this, I can only imagine what they might do to me.
That's gonna be at my camp, for sure.
I'm gonna have to find a shelter spot that's far enough from the water to feel safe. I don't want to have any encounters with these guys.
It's a cool little area in here. Ooh, what are these? Look like acorns. All right, it seems I found another edible something. I'm going to nibble on it and see what it is. I've found the water almost immediately. I didn't know I was that close to it last night because I couldn't see it. I have found actually a little bit of food already with some berries. So far, so good with the stomach. I need to wait a few hours to see how those berries react and then how these react just to make sure, but this is a good start.
All right, it's the morning, my first night in the mountains. I was freezing cold last night, even in my sleeping bag. And this shelter is not going to remain like this. I have plans to build something a little more substantial that is enclosed. I think I'd like to be warm tonight more than I would like to eat. Get acclimated to the cold again. This is kind of crazy. 1 down and 10 more to go. Whew, something like that. First goal is to get about 10 trees that are 8 feet long. And you want to build small log walls up just a little ways. If I can get enough rocks, I would like to build a little fireplace stove in it. I've never put heat in a shelter, so this is going to be a first. Hopefully it doesn't burn down in the middle of the night.
I didn't know this when I set it up. My shelter turns out to be in a pretty terrible spot because there's a huge wind tunnel that comes right through this area and it blows the tarp up, and a sleeping bag, my clothes on my body, and that kind of stuff got wet last night, so I'm definitely gonna move my shelter this morning. Once I set up my shelter full time in the first 3 zones, I never moved it. So this is going to be the first time that I set up a shelter and then moved it the next day, because I didn't know I was in a crazy wind tunnel.
I also got to dry out my sleeping bag so it'll be usable tonight. Waking up cold and wet is not a good start to the day.
Let's go get some water.
Man, I'm still not used to seeing all these caimans. I think I'll be safe over here.
The animal life here is really intense, and
At times it can be scary. There's caiman all over the place, you know, lots of rodents. You got the capybara, the biggest rodent in the world. There's wild peccaries, which can get very, very aggressive, and the jaguar.
It's good to set small goals. Today, let's get through today. Last night, let's get through last night. And I did it. That was definitely the coldest night I've had on the wheel. It was snowing and it was windy all night long. That new end wall I built really helped keep most of the wind out, but even with that, it was pretty rough. Been 84 hours since I ate my last fish. Getting very hungry. I'm alive. There we go. Worms. A nice big one. This could be great bait for catching fish here. With the heavy rain last night, all kinds of worms are sitting on top of the ground. You got a regular old worm farm going here.
Using earthworms as fish bait would pay off better than simply eating them. While worms are high in protein and calcium, they only have about 1 calorie per gram.
Well, so far this morning, the Lord has blessed me with a whole ton of worms. So I'm very well set for bait. Hopefully the fish are this easy to get. Come on. Yeah. Got one. Ooh, had one. Took my worm. I think we're getting the winning combination here. Just gotta let them take it a little bit longer. Yeah, they're just sitting right there in that pool. The water's slower. Look at that, it's floating right over the top where I want to be. Beautiful. Oh, they're nibbling at. Come on. Take it. Take it. Nice, come on, come on, come on. Nothing. These guys are really good at snatching worms. Just robbing me blind here.
At this point, my body is just so weak. So I was just looking for fish. It's really disappointing how bad things have gotten for me. I started off in the wetlands really healthy and strong, and I was catching a lot of fish. Yes! But I then had no luck in the bush plains, just a bunch of mud, or the mountains. I've been barely getting by, maybe eating about 200 calories a day worth of my rations. Now I'm in the tundra where, once again, I'm not seeing any fish. So throwing my net would be a complete waste of my energy. All right, I got a tiny amount of rice and beans left. And ready to do this. Make sure I get every kernel. I've literally run out of food. I don't have shelter. Nights are really cold, constantly hungry. I feel homeless out here. Literally eating this kernel by kernel, savoring what this tastes like. Dirt, ashes, struggle, complete, starvation is a scary thing to think that I'm going through, but I am. It's completely stopped my menstrual cycle. It's kind of scary, and it's something that can't be taken lightly. Staying in this challenge is a big risk. Last night, I had this dream of my pawpaw So vividly, I heard Papa's voice. I can't believe I heard his voice. He said, "You've done a good job, Lindsay. You're done. If you want to go home, go." Then I woke up and just had no question in my mind that my job is done here. That Papa is so proud. And gosh, it's a good feeling. I started this journey wanting to prove just how tough I am, but it's really taught me that it's okay to be vulnerable. All right, guys, the time has come. I'm gonna tap out. Here's my beacon, come and get me.
With Lindsay's departure, only Adam and Luke remain. With 25 days left, will either of them make it to the end of the 60-day challenge of the wheel?
My stomach growling, so it's ready for trout. Ouch. Earthworms seem to be fine. Got dozens and dozens, so I'm very well set for bait for a while. But the fish were always grabbing on the end of my worm and just pulling it off. We're gonna put an end to that. So what I have here is the line coming in this way, wrapped around a couple times, and the line continuing on down this way and down here. So I'm gonna put the treble hook. So I can stretch the worm in between the two of these. And when they go for the end of it here, they get the treble hook. You're gonna have a worm harness. Those trout don't know what's coming for them. I'm gonna try to do this with as little movement as possible here.
But trout can also spot the sharp end of a hook, so the worm must cover it completely.
Come on, take it. Maybe I just got him. And just like that, we already got one. Nice little fat one. See the big hook on top? And he went for the end of it and got nailed by the treble hook. Well, let's keep going. Hey, you got one. Wow. Look at that. I'm gonna go move and see if there's some bigger fish further down. Cool, I can see him down there already. Wow. Fighter. Look at that, he's right in the side hook there. Wow. Whoa. Oh, look at that guy. Look at this thing. So it's 10 fish. 10 fish. My favorite way to cook fish is to fry it. Deep fried is great if possible, but usually just pan fried. I'm hungry and I can't wait. The weather here has been oppressive. Kind of clouding over, look like it's cooling off, and started sprinkling. Very excited to have a good meal here. But I gotta get these fish cooked before the rain gets too heavy. Unreal. But there's just too much humidity or moisture in the air and won't catch a spark. Well, no fire tonight. I've got a bunch of raw fish and no fire. I don't think I'm ready to risk eating raw fish right now. It's not worth it. So I'm gonna just have to wait out the storm. I just hope these fish don't attract any predators to my camp. I caught a bunch of fish yesterday, but I couldn't cook them because of that rain. It rained all night. I just hope my fish are still good. Let's get a fire going here. Having a difficult time starting fire last night was disturbing. Here's my hopefully super dry tinder right there. Being hungry and having to do these physical tasks has got to be one of the hardest challenges of the wheel. When I was dealing with cancer, I mean, there were times when you just don't want to do the treatments that you have to. You have to keep moving, and you just have to do what it takes to survive. Time to pull at all the stops. So, we're given a little bit of medical gauze here. This stuff usually ignites pretty good. Finally, I have fire so I can cook my fish. This is gonna be
Kind of a quick and dirty cooking session here. And I gotta cook them pretty well because they sat out all night and... Oh no! See, that's what I was worried about. Can't be wasting food like this. The 10-second rule does not apply in survival.
Oh, gritty fish. That's really not what I was looking for.
That's good.
But, you know, it means that you can survive another day. I can keep going here. And right now, that's a huge victory.
It's early in the morning and I would love to eat some breakfast right now. I'm gonna go fish, the earliest I've gone fishing yet, and we'll see what the action's like this time of the day. Oh! Yeah! A big guy! Yes! Woo! Oh, there he is. Unbelievable. Yeah! I have been fishing a lot. And I am going to say that for the first, maybe the second time in 37 days, I'm actually feeling full. And it's really, really good. So beautiful. See what I did there? I think on day 37, I'm sort of in a nice spot where, there's the rest of the guts. I am getting close to the point when I mentally can see the finish line. So pretty soon there'll be 3 weeks left. In terms of an ultra marathon, I'd say I'm somewhere in the 60 to 70 mile range. There's been lots of ups and downs to this point, but I know that if I can keep running strong, that at about mile 80 or so, that's when I can really turn it on. And I'm very excited, nervous, anxious about the next 2 zones to know what they are and what to expect. I'm gonna enjoy this fish while I can. I never know when I'll get food again or what the wheel will throw at me next. So I'm just trusting in God's plan. I don't know it yet. I hope it's me conquering the wheel, but if it isn't, then the big man had better and bigger plans. There it is. Breakfast complete.
Oh, beacon's going off. I am familiar with that noise by now.
It instantly makes you like on edge. I think it's because the sound doesn't stop. It's like a pump of adrenaline. It's that feeling of excitement, frantically getting everything together.
Oh, you're kidding me. The beacon just went off. It's raining. The toughest part of the mountain zone here is definitely the rain. There were a couple nights that were really cold, and I was just feeling a little miserable. Goodbye, Luke Phil. You served me well. Let's go.
The only 2 participants to make it through 4 phases of the wheel, Adam and Luke, are now headed to phase 5. They don't know this will be the shortest phase of the wheel, lasting only 6 days until the next half moon at the end of day 44.
Making it to day 39, and more importantly, zone 5 is a huge accomplishment. I can't believe I've completed 4 zones already, and there's 2 more to go. Oh, water is definitely going to be a big priority here. Looks like it gets pretty warm during the days.
Walking down this terrain is going to be tough. I mean, I'm weak from hardly eating. My legs are tired.
Boy, this is treacherous.
2 of the most common signs of malnutrition are fatigue and dizziness, a dangerous combination when navigating uneven terrain.
I have weak ankles as it is. I don't need to be.
rolling an ankle here.
Oh man, that could have ended the wheel for me right there.
This is not good. This is how you fall. I like this spot. This has promise. It can stretch my tarp out and build Lukeville 2.0.
All right, let's kick off the 5th zone. I have no idea what to expect. Set up camp right over here. This looks good to me. I'm gonna lay my tarp on the ground, my sleeping bag on top of that, and then I think that's really just about it. Oh yeah, baby. And if things get crazy, just throw this right on top. I might kind of roll inside of my tarp like a burrito. That this doesn't get a whole lot worse. And
it's gonna be a long night. I didn't sleep very well last night. You can see in the background, I've got my sleeping bag hanging from a tree because it's all wet. This pair of wet underwear and some more water to drink. Kind of gross. So I have 3 goals today. 1, I want to find a good place for shelter. Number 2 goal is to get all of my stuff dry. And number 3 goal is to find a nice water source. Oh my goodness, I think this is the spot right here, dude. This spot is great and right next to the river. Once I get all my stuff set up here, I'll be settled in for a nice long haul.
Finally, it's not raining. That's great. While I have this opportunity, I'm gonna go move my camp. The wind and the rain are just blowing right through me. So I need to improve my setup and, you know, this just isn't the right spot to do it. Now this spot is really good.
All right, this can be the location.
It's this nice big wall here that I can build my shelter up against and keep the wind out. And it even has this little moat around. Oh. Rain's coming. Not ready for rain. Oh, shoot. This cold, dreary, wet weather is just brutal. If I can't stay dry, I won't stay warm. And that'll sap all my energy, making it harder to get food. And then, I mean, I'm done for.
That's not gonna stay.
All right, my camp is all set up. Let's go see about getting some food.
get my fishing stuff out and see if I can just start catching stuff right away, man. Man, tough morning so far. All right, I think just one more. I'm not feeling the excitement out here right now. What am I stuck on? Darn it. Hopefully I'm stuck on the biggest fish in the river. Oh, jeez. This is not good. I yanked, I couldn't get it to come in. It gotten caught on a stick or something. I kept trying to unhook it. Oh, jeez. Wow. Bam, completely ripped it. Big time bummer. I absolutely destroyed my fishing net. And the fishing net has been my #1 source of securing food. It's torn so much, I don't know if I can make it even functional again. I just don't know if I see this happening.
It's day 40, so still 20 days left.
I'm kind of hoping that the final zone, whatever that zone is, doesn't really have any fish in it.
Rest in peace, my net friend.
It's mind-boggling to me just how quickly things change and what a roller coaster this adventure is, but that's what makes it so tough, that's what makes it so challenging, and that's what makes it the wheel.
With 16 days to go, including the longest and most intense final phase, will either one be able to conquer?
All I want to do is go home.
The wheel.
The final beacon call. That was a short stay in the bush plane zone.
Sleeping bag, tarp, mosquito net.
I hope I have enough left in me to get through one more apparently really long zone.
Beacon went off. Time to move. It's raining and I have to pack. 16 days in the final location, wherever that is. Wherever I end up. It's gonna be a long next zone. I'm on the last phase coming up here, and I can't believe it. We have one zone left, and then I'm all done, and I get to go home.
With the final turn of the wheel, Luke and Adam prepare to enter Phase 6. With 16 days remaining, their physical and mental stamina will be put to the test by the two toughest zones in the wheel. Luke is headed to Chiloé Island in southern Chile, an isolated outpost with harsh, rocky beaches and forested swamplands. Its brutal rain and freezing temperatures have already prompted two tap-outs, Kat and Josh. Adam will be abandoned in the Andes Mountains of Patagonia, Argentina, where temperatures can reach 20 below, and mountain lions are a constant threat. Will either participant have what it takes to survive the final stage of the wheel?
Marooned on an island for 2 weeks. Expectations for the next zone were tropical, climate and stuff like that. This isn't exactly that. This is bad. I'm gonna have to keep up on my food. I've lost a lot of weight and I don't have fat reserves anymore. So I'm gonna really have to try to eat a lot here to make up for that. My goal on a location is to find something that has an eastern exposure, to be protected pretty heavily from the south and the west. That seems to be where the wind is coming from. There's really only one thing that's keeping me going. I get to go home after this. That's always emotional for me, is to think about being able to go home. I'm excited for that.
Day 45. Hard to believe that it's day 45. For the first time on the wheel, I know how long I'm going to be in a zone.
That's thunderstorm, so we're speeding up here.
Can't afford to get caught up here in this storm. If I don't make it down in time, I'm in big trouble.
Frick.
Well, that was interesting. Now I continue on, heading to look for where I'm gonna set up my shelter. Legs aren't moving too strong.
I'm used to my body running through its reserves when I run ultra marathons, but when you're in a race like that, you have access to protein bars, electrolyte drinks, salt tablets, and everything you need to keep your body moving. Here it continues just to be a steady decline.
So I need to
You try to refuel in any way that I can. Ooh, baby. Fish everywhere. Ooh. But catching fish will be a bit of a problem.
I probably still could have used the torn net in some way to make a trap, but I threw that chance away when I burned it. All I have now is a hook and a string, and so far I've had no luck catching a fish with that. I really hope it doesn't rain. This would be the worst zone to get wet in because it's so cold.
Pretty hungry this morning. It's been 48 hours since the last fish I caught in the tundra. I'm definitely hungry. Food is gonna be a big priority today. I really want to be able to get some crabs. Should make a good crab spear. There's something down here. It's moving in the right direction. There we go. Pop that one off in one piece. Nice, there's a lot of meat in there actually. There are just tons of mussels all over the place. Now I'm gonna boil these up so I can have some food in my stomach. Oh yeah, just slide right out right now. Oh boy. Yeah, I'm not quite sure about this. I don't know about these. My body did not react very well. I think these were a big mistake.
Big reveal of the day. Today, ladies and gentlemen, is my 30th birthday. I'm torn to shreds and I can't spend it with my wife.
Plan for today is pretty simple. I'm going to grab my fishing line, head on out to the river, and see what I can find.
Oh. Uh-oh. Somewhere along the line, I dropped my fishing line out of my pocket. Well, I guess I have to retrace my steps. I'm starting to feel tired. Dang, man. Hopefully it fell out of my pocket right next to my bag, and it's waiting for me back at camp. God sends signals to tell you that fishing is not a part of your plan.
It's really frustrating. I'm so close to the end of the wheel. I hope I don't have to tap out because of such a ridiculous mistake.
The mussels I've been getting off the rock, they didn't really make me sick, but they didn't sit with my stomach very well. That's really the only thing I've found to eat so far. I'm in this zone for another 12 days. If I don't stay dry, there's no way I'm gonna make it to the end. It's gonna be a nice little spot here because it's well protected from the wind and the rain that would come from the south and the west, so I like it. My plan is to pile these cut keely pieces in horizontally. I'm gonna have guides on each side all the way up. Starting to sprinkle a little bit. Finally kind of got hunkered down in here. Got things actually pretty well set up. Pretty well protected from that side. This side's pretty good. So this is where I'm gonna have to just ride this one out.
Bring me the berries. Where are the berries?
Since I've ripped my net and lost my fishing line, I've just been living off the plant life I can find out here.
There's some more of it. I've been noticing a lot of dandelions everywhere. Here we go. There's a nice one right there.
The more I'm walking around, checking things out, the more I'm burning up energy and needing more fuel for that energy.
So I'm going to try to conserve my energy for a little bit and hunker down here. Besides, it sounds like a storm is brewing and I do not want to get soaked in this weather.
It's quite a cold night. Wind's blowing pretty good tonight, and it's hard to keep the feet warm. I don't know how these next 5 nights are gonna go, but I just pray to God that they're as warm and calm and precipitation free as possible, because, you know, I don't know how much more of this I can take.
My flag system isn't really working well at all. I've been able to find some shellfish, and the net's caught some tiny fish here and there, but I'm really tired of seafood. I gotta find some plants to eat.
I'm trying to stay sane any way I can. I know I'm so close to the end, but time is dragging really badly. I'm not sure how to handle it.
Oh, I can't wait to see my dog, Sophie. Dang. This is me and Mark. This is him at Our Lady of Angels, which is where his care facility. And the best part about this photo is that Mark, I took it and I showed it to him, and he paused and looked at it and he goes, "Man, we look good." So lots of positive thoughts behind that one. My, cue the emotions. That is my 14th anniversary, and my 5th wedding anniversary with my wife is today. So happy anniversary, Karen.
Kind of a bummer of an afternoon. So we'll see how long this one lasts. I have no idea what to expect here. It feels like an eternity that I've been here. It feels so long ago that I started. It's Joey's birthday today. Little Peanut's gonna be 4 years old. Can't wait to see that guy. Give him a big hug. I took on this wheel to show my boys that no matter what difficulties they face in life, you never give up. I didn't let cancer stop me, and I want them to have faith that nothing can stop them.
Welcome to the morning of day 59. Well, the wind has been absolutely, completely absurd most of the night and this morning. By far the windiest night that I've been in the mountain zone, not even close. And it just ripped my tarp down, tore a hole in it. There you have it, it's tied back up.
I'm cold, wet, starving, and I can't even start a fire in this weather.
So in terms of how many more nights I can handle like last night, Adam Kimball can't handle any more of those nights. Well, now it seems to be snowing. Check it out.
I'm so close to the end. I just gotta survive one night. One more night.
I don't know how much longer I can stay out here. Got real chilly over the last couple of hours especially. I can't feel my nose anymore. My hands can barely function. I'm seriously thinking about hitting that button.
I can't sleep, even though I'm totally exhausted. We have to start heading home tomorrow. Oh, I can't wait. I can't wait. I can't wait.
I can't wait. Can't wait. I'm ready to go home right now. I don't know if it's worth staying out here.
This is absurd torture.
It's the morning of day 60, and I get to go home.
I can't believe it. I made it. After these trials, this torment, being hungry for days on end, making it to the end is just the most amazing feeling in the world.
I'm so excited that I was able to last out here and survive on my own. Such an accomplishment.
I defeated the wheel.
I want to show my boys what it took to persevere, and that when you set your mind to something, you never, ever give up. I beat cancer, I beat the wheel,
but it's not over until I get to hold my family.
Day 60.
I just survived the most brutally cold night of my life, but I survived. I'm alive.
Yes. Yes. Woo! Yeah! I can't even put into words how it feels to have conquered the wheel. All right, let's get out of here. This was hands down the most physically, emotionally, and mentally draining thing I've ever done in my life.
And making it to the end is the biggest victory I've ever had. And when I get home to see my wife,
there definitely will not be a happier man on planet Earth than Adam Kim.
I've been playing this scene in my head for weeks. And to finally be living it is incredible. I am so blessed.
It's fine. Oh my gosh.
The joy of my heart and soul being complete again overtook me, and I was holding my best friend, which I've been waiting to do for a really long time. Oh my gosh. Look at you. Let's go see our new home. Coming back to a new home in California is a little bit strange, but it's really exciting. The fact that I'm here right now with my wife and my dog, appreciating every second of that, every single day, that is something that I will never take for granted again. When I had just finished the wheel, I had found out that Mark was in hospice. Things hadn't been going well, and so he passed away 2 days after I finished up on the wheel. I made it to day 60, and I drew inspiration from Mark every single day through his fight against cancer. And Mark made it all the way to day 62, knowing that I was fighting for him as well. So the wheel did everything I could have asked for and more, and I'm eternally grateful for that.
Hey! I'm really excited to see my family. I can't wait. I've been waiting for this day for so long, and now I'm finally gonna be here, and I'm so excited I'm just gonna lose it.
The wheel strips away everything that is in your life, and it boils things down, to like the brass tacks of what you have to have for survival. And when I had no comforts of home, when I had no food, when I had nothing else, I could care less about anything else in the entire world. I wanted my family, that's it.
I've been thousands of miles away, and I'm so close now. I can't wait. Boys, I'm home. Hi, kiddos. Come here, boys.
In that moment, when I was walking towards my wife and my kids, I knew that I was never going to be the same again. The wheel is a transformative experience. Yes, it's a physical journey, but it's also a spiritual one.
I did it. Can you believe it?
I can't believe it.
All these different places that I went to, each was tough in their own way. It's similar to, you know, how life is. You can either let it wear you down or it can bring you closer to God. My faith is so much stronger, and my love for my family is stronger, and I have the wheel to thank for that.